Welcome everyone back to your tier listing. We are sitting at the power forward position, so we got one more. We got one more list. We got one more after this one, which will be the center position. I'll try to get that out as soon as possible. But let's go ahead and do the power forwards of the 2025-2026 season. I think I'm enjoying that the power forward position is starting to do a upgrade because I feel like that position and the center position were kind of getting destroyed, but now they're starting to get back up. Start coming up with a lot of players either going back to the power forward position or starting at the power forward position that naturally are, which is good. It's just good. It's good to see. So let's kick this off with Aaron Gordon. I think Aaron Gordon is a B tier power forward. I think he does everything that the Denver Nuggets want him to do: rebound, score, play, make a little bit, uh, being ideal for the defensive unit in the starting lineup, which is kind of crazy to me because I didn't think that was him. But since he's been with the Nuggets, that's exactly what he's been doing. He's been playing his role excellent for them, and it's been working out. They got a championship off of it. Last year was a really bad season for him, mainly because of injuries. But him coming to him coming in this year with another good defensive player like Cam Johnson next to him, maybe the defensive flow won't be so much on just Aaron Gordon, and maybe Denver Nuggets as a whole becomes a better defensive team. But yeah, I'm gonna put him at the beach. I think he's awesome. I think he's definitely awesome. We're starting off hot. I think Anthony Davis is at A tier. He almost S tier. He's almost S tier, but he's A tier for me. He's probably the best A tier player that in the NBA of the power forward positions. I think everybody else might be below him. But Anthony Davis get to play the power forward position. He did kind of look swole. I ain't gonna lie. He kind of looked swole, kind of looked big. But maybe that's good for him. Maybe because he played all that time at the center position. Now he's moving back to the power forward position with the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe that allowed him to add in and do stuff that he normally hasn't done at the power forward position that he's been doing at the center position, which would be great. That would be great to see from Anthony Davis. So definitely A tier. First S tier is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Do we really need to have a discussion about Giannis as an S tier player, the best power forward in the league? I'm not gonna spend any time with that. I'm not going to. I don't have to, right? Next up, we got Bam. I think I got Bam at the A tier also next to AD. I think Bam, honestly, honestly, I think Bam just had a bad season last year. He kind of took his foot off the gas for a little bit. Maybe he was distracted. I don't know. I don't know. But I think this year he's coming in with a different motive, focused. Maybe he's locking in this time. That would be great to see. But we'll have to see it. We have to see it on the court. We'll have to definitely see it. I think he's still one of the best. I think he's still one of the best power forwards in the league. I don't think there's any arguments to it. Him and somebody, I know that is the other guy on this. No, he's on the center position. Yeah, but the fact that he's able to get to play now, he's get to play the power forward position after all this time. It's awesome for him because he's been playing center a lot, and I think everybody was agreeing that he needs to move over and start playing the power forward position. They're like, yeah, I think that fits him more than anything. And now that he's getting the opportunity to do it, we shall see how he responds to being at said position. It's gonna be good. Definitely gonna be definitely it's gonna be something good. You know what I'm saying? Next up, that is what's his how I can't even say his name. Bal Corbelanier. I'm pretty sure I'm messing up his name because I know he's French. I know he's French. I'm messing up his name. I know I am. Um, just a young guy. Just a young guy still trying to come to his own. I'm calling C tip for right now. I guess the guy who started at the power forward. I thought it'd be Alex. Man, I thought somebody else would be starting at the power forward position. I guess not. But just a young cat still trying to find his way into the league. But I think the Washington Wizards are building something. They're building something. I'm not too sure what they're building, but they're building something for the future. But right now, I'm gonna say he's about a C tier player. This is good. It's good. He's young. Definitely young. Now, Chet is an interesting spot, especially for a Thunder fan myself. I can make an argument he's A tier, but I don't think he's A tier yet. And we haven't gotten a full season out of Chet just yet. Like he got hurt last year, which kind of put a pause on his development almost. Now the playoffs he played, he pretty much played like he's supposed to play. Defensive minded. I'm I'm gonna put him B tier. I'm gonna put Chet B tier. I ain't gonna put him at the A tier yet. I ain't gonna put him up there. I think he has an opportunity to get there this year. We're gonna see how he plays this year, his development, make sure he's healthy, make sure he's good to go. But I think Chet is coming for a higher spot. I think he's just doing it a different way. I think a lot of people might think he should be more of a scorer and all this stuff. I think he just reality. I think he's between a 15 to 19 player, what's going to come through with a lot of elite defense. I think that's just what especially for the Thunder team with Shea and J Dub and what they're doing. I think that's just his role right now. I think that's just exactly what Chet's supposed to be. I don't think he's going to be anything higher than that. Now, if he does get that, I'll be like, okay, cool. I just don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to move up the needle too much. Next up, we got Dylan Brooks. I swear I thought Dylan Brooks would be starting at the. I thought he'll be the small forward for the Houston Rockets. I mean, not the Houston Rockets, for the Phoenix Suns, but I guess not. That's all right. Um, he's there. Just a good player. Good rotation. Good rotational player just to have. When he have his moments of great basketball, it's awesome to see. And then he has his other moments to where he's just a good player, which like I said, not bad. It's not bad. He just fits his role as the role player like he's supposed to be. He's gonna bring defense. He's gonna hit the three, bring intensity, doing what he's supposed to do. Nothing more, nothing less. Next up, we got the reigning, defending defensive player of the year, Evan Mobley. I'm gonna put him at the A tier list. I'm put him at the A tier list. I'm expecting a jump. I'm expecting a jump into his more offensive game coming into this year. Even though he averaged almost 19 last year, he almost averaged 19. He just gets better and better. He's 24. He's going to get better as he enters his prime years. I think he's going to just get even more dangerous as a player. He's still locking down on the defensive thing. There has been discussions among the NBA fans whether or not he's truly a power forward, or maybe he's just a center. That maybe he's just a power forward, but reality should be playing center. That could be his ideal is to be a center more than anything, and then that would be the real version of Evan Mobley that we all love to see. But at this moment in time, power forward, I think he's doing great. I think he's probably a top 10. Yeah, he's top 10. Top 10 in my personal being. We got Harrison Barnes coming in next, and yeah, I think he's about. I think he's about. Nope, no, whoa, whoa. I think he's about C tier. Yep, I don't think Harrison Barnes. He just, personal opinion, I think Harrison Barnes right now, he's just in the vibe mode. I think he's getting become to that more of a veteran, especially for this young team. I think he's gonna play the role he plays. Nothing too crazy. Eventually, he won't be. Eventually, he probably won't be on this list for too long. He won't be on this list for too long, and that's just me. That's just me, but that's where he at right now. We got Mr. Jabari Smith Jr. I'm gonna put him at the B tier list. He's starting to get a little overlooked over there, and not overlooked. Just I think his game. I think the way he plays. I think some people overlook what he does for the Houston Rockets, bringing on the fact that he's going to be more of a defensive-minded player. He still can hit his shots and stuff. His box score numbers not going to stand out for everybody. But if it leads to them winning games and stuff, and him being the focal point in one of those games because of it, I think that's good. I think that's excellent. I think that's smart. So that's good. That's good. That's good. Like I said, a lot of people ain't gonna like it, but hey, it is what it is. We got Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. is interesting. How was his lead? I forgot how he played last year. I'm not gonna lie, because I know the offense definitely changed more towards Jaren Jackson Jr. while still being a good defensive player. And now they're gonna have Zach Edey probably get more minutes at the center position. But I know he struggled in the playoffs. That's fine. I think he's I think he's ahead of Aaron Gordon by now. I'll put him ahead of Aaron Gordon at the B tier list. Yeah, I could think I could do that for Jaren Jackson Jr. He's still a great defensive player. Still going to be in the running for defensive player of the year for the future. I think I personally think the rebounding needs to be better. The rebounding needs to be better. If he can get his rebounds a tad bit, a little bit more better, I think I will be a lot more comfortable putting him up higher. But 5 a game when players like Josh Hart, that's smaller than him, is getting freaking 9. It's crazy work in my personal opinion. I know it's the makeup of the team and stuff, but I think it's also him as a player. Him as a player could definitely get himself up there in my personal opinion. Golly. Jimmy Butler. Now he plays the power forward position. I guess going into next year, I'm gonna put him at the A tier list. This man, this is Jimmy Butler, man. This is Jimmy Butler. He just played winning basketball. He plays winning basketball. He knows what he's supposed to do with his team. We saw what he did his time in Miami, which was really excellent. This now he's going to be going to the Golden State Warriors, and he has to play the second fiddle. He plays second fiddle to somebody that's better than him, which is Curry. Which means Jimmy Butler's role can grow even bigger. In my perspective, it can grow even bigger, not having to be the main focal point of the offense. And now somebody else can be that, and he could just thrive off of that. So it's kind of like reminiscent of the old days from his Bulls days with Derrick Rose and them. That'd be good. That'd be good. That'd be good for Jimmy. John Collins. Now, John Collins, surprisingly, last year, a lot of people probably didn't pay attention because he's playing in Utah. He averaged 19 points, 80 rebounds. That's fantastic. That is definitely fantastic. Didn't realize he put up that many points and grab that many rebounds. He hit the three. Yep, he was hitting his threes at almost a 40% clip on three and a half attempts, almost 4 attempts a game. That's good. Then he's now he's been playing with the Clippers, which he can probably get more touches, so he can probably step into that All Star role. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him. I ain't gonna put him over Chet. I'm gonna put him above Jabari Smith Jr. I think he's developing really well. Like I said, next year he could see himself. He arguably couldn't see himself as an all star. I mean, I can't say that because the West is just freaking stacked with just talent all over the place. As you can tell on this list, outside of Giannis and Bam and Evan Mobley so far, a lot of these are Western Conference players. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis, Jimmy Butler, Jaren Jackson, Aaron Gordon, Chet, John Collins is six. That's 6 names already, and we're about to get to another name. Let's just, oh man, man, yeah, the West got two. West got stacked, man. I ain't gonna lie, the West got stacked. It's crazy. Uh, but John Collins is doing well. Julius Randle, I'm gonna go ahead and put him about. I'm gonna put him. Is he the best? He might be. Yeah, he may be better than everybody. But about B tier. He's not A tier. It was a couple years ago when he was averaging that 24. When he was All Star. I mean, when he was an All NBA player, then yeah, I would probably put him at A tier. But he's about a good B tier player that you kind of want for your organization. Second best player next to Anthony Edwards, offensively wise, I should say. That's not bad. That's not bad. He struggled a little bit. I mean, they got a little bit deep into the playoffs. He kind of struggled a tad bit, but not too badly. Not too badly. Not too badly. He did good though. He did good. He did good. He did really good in the playoffs, which is always good. It's all you kind of want to see. Hopefully, he's in a better mindset moving forward for the next season. Keegan Murray. I wish I could see. I wish Keegan Murray. I'm gonna put him. I'm gonna put him in the face of the C tier, and I'm only doing that based off of what he could be, what his next jump could potentially be. I don't know. I feel like he has a jump that we are missing that he hasn't stepped into and doing it just yet. I don't know why. I think even the Kings are waiting on him to do that. And he hasn't done it yet. And maybe this year is the year he'll do it. I'm not 100% sure. I can't say yay or nay. But man, he got to do something. He got to do something. Kings fans need something to hold on to with this bad team that they have. This interesting team they should have. Next up, we got Kristaps Porzingis. Last year, he missed a lot of games because of some sort of illness he had. No one understands what illness he's had. But a fully healthy Kristaps is better than everybody on the beat here, in my personal opinion. Offensively, defensively, he can score, he can rebound, play great defense. Man, I think he's just better than everybody. Healthy wise, he's better than everybody. I think he's awesome. I think he's awesome. I think he's probably one of the bigger question marks for next year. One of the big question marks next year, especially for the Atlanta Hawks. Hopefully, So speaking of question marks, Larry Markkinen. I think Larry Markkinen I think Larry Markkinen might be ahead of John Collins, arguably. Not ahead of Chet though. He's ahead of right there. Larry Markkinen had a backwards year last year. I think he went back or he went down a little bit last year. He could be going up. But he had a bad year last year, which is okay. Sometimes it happens, especially when you're on a bad team like the Jazz. But this year, I'm after his play overseas and the way he was balling out over there, I'm assuming that he's gonna get back into that All Star level that he was at a few years ago. Other than that, you know, he could be traded. He could potentially be traded. I think the Jazz are open to trading him, which will be which would be awesome. I don't know where to and who will be jumping on that board, but him in a situation where he can compete for a championship, always good. Always good. LeBron James. Uh, where am I pulling? Where am I putting LeBron James? LeBron James is interesting because he's a year by year type of player. One year he can play, he still plays really good, but just not elite. Next year he can play elite. It's always back and forth between that. But this the safe of myself. I'm gonna put him as the second best power forward in the league at this moment of time. Yeah, I could say that comfortably. Yeah, I could say that comfortably. Yeah, yeah. I think he's the second best. That's good. Yeah. I'm up here thinking back. Am I sure? Yeah, I'm 100% sure. Montes Montes is coming to his own. I think he's probably like right here. Maybe he has not stepped up that we haven't seen just yet. I can't wait to see it. I definitely can't wait to see it. I definitely just can't wait to see him blossom into whatever something for the Bulls. That'd be great. Michael Porter Jr. is now going to be on the Brooklyn Nets, meaning he's open to take as many shots as possible. I'm going to put him at the B tier list. I think he's going to be a 25 point per game scorer next year. Maybe he does. It's so crazy. He could be the exact same player that he was in Denver, and then he's just getting more shots up, or he could just randomly turn into a whole new player. Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see, though. Definitely interesting to see. I like him though. I always like Michael Porter Jr. I'm one of those guys that if the hype is a lot, like a real hype, especially from high school and stuff, and they get to the league and they're still good and you can see it in their game and stuff, then I'm like, yeah. This is perfect. This is perfect. So that's just how I am. Miles Bridges, he's still starting the NBA. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. I'm about B tier with him. He's a good player. He just gets overlooked from LaMelo and now Brandon Miller. He's gonna be one of those players that have most. I don't know if he's gonna be able to leave Charlotte. I'm not gonna lie. I take that back. I don't say he's gonna be one of those players that got to go somewhere else. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to leave Charlotte. I don't know if the NBA still look. I don't know if the NBA executives and stuff still looks down on his off court situations or not. If they do, he probably would never be able to leave Charlotte. Potentially, potentially. But if they don't care, then yeah, leaving Charlotte would be ideal for him. Just saying. OG, OG Allen Nobley. I'm about to put him about. That's way too high. I think I'm gonna put him about. I think he's in the. Oops, he's not the A tier list. I think OG might be up here. He might be right there behind Aaron Gordon. Still good defender. Still scoring. Still does his thing. That first year over there, and oh man, him got the same birthday. Fantastic, OG. I did not know we had the same birthday, but I'm older, so I win. But first year, no, second year in New York, playing the power forward position, still hitting his threes, still knocking down shots, still playing good defensively. Awesome, awesome, awesome. He's just been doing good. He's been doing good. I think in the playoffs he struggled a tad bit, but that's okay. He can struggle a little bit. Just know he can bounce back and keep going. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of money. He getting paid a lot of money. He got to what? But man, I think it. You got to do better. Pablo Banquera, in my personal opinion, is right behind Anthony Davis, and he will surpass Anthony Davis here sooner than later. In my personal opinion, and my personal opinion alone, I have been hyped up on Pablo for a while, especially watching him play, especially when it comes to those playoffs. The way he steps it up in the playoffs is major. I think he's better. I think yeah. I think he's right. I think he's right there. I think he's knocking on the door as one of the best. That's probably the best. As one of the best power forwards in the NBA. Like I said, I think in a couple years, probably even this year, it could be as early as this year. It can be as early as next year. I feel as though he's about to surpass both AD and LeBron on this list and become the third, become the second. He's gonna be right next to Giannis, in my personal opinion. That's just me. That's definitely just me. Pascal Siakam, I'm gonna put him. He's on the B tier. It's a lot of B tier power forwards. A lot of them could go up, and a lot of them could drop off. You never know. I think he's the third. I think yeah. I think that's perfect for him. Nothing too crazy. With no, he probably gonna. If I had to create a prediction, he's probably gonna have a All NBA season next year when with Tyrese out. With Tyrese out, I think he's gonna have an All NBA season. Could be art pushing for 24, but it depends on how everybody else responds to his play style. I think the pace is gonna lean heavily on him to do most of the scoring, which Pascal can do. And he has done it before. So let's see. Paul George last year, man, bad player. I put him over Jabari Smith, but yeah, that was a bad year for him. That was a really bad year for him. I think he's still a good player. It's just a bad year. Hopefully, that's not an indication that he's about to take a decline downwards, which I wouldn't be surprised. He is getting up there in age. 35 years old, gonna be 36 at some point. He's getting up there in age, and I don't think he thinks he's still that elite of a player. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be surprised if he still thinks that. So yeah, I don't. That wouldn't be surprised. I definitely would not be surprised. First D to the list will have to be Sam Hauser. I just no, I just don't. I just don't see it. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't see it with Sam Hauser. He's a good rotational player and stuff, but to be a starting power forward potentially in the for the Boston Celtics coming to this year, you know what I'm saying? I don't see it. He probably just his uptake in scoring might go up a tad bit. Maybe he hit double digits, 10. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got it. Type ish. You got it. You definitely got it. Scotty Barnes is an interesting player to rank because he had like the down year last year a little bit, kind of changed up the way they wanted him to play, which it happens in the NBA, definitely happens. But despite that, with all his potential and stuff, I'm gonna put him right behind. I'm gonna put him ahead of Pascal. I think Scotty Barnes is a really good player, a very underrated player that a lot of people just don't talk about as much, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Pensar Basketball. I know that's this guy. He's riding for him. Penn, personal Penn, I think he's right there in the B tier. And I think by the time the end of the year comes around, I think he'll be moving up towards the A tier more likely than not. Either that or he ended up staying at the B tier list, just be the king of the B tiers. That's possible. That's definitely possible. But I personally, I think he's going to step it back up. I think he's going to be arguing for All Star and maybe arguing for All NBA next year, which would put them in a great move. Which definitely put them in a uh, great position. In my personal opinion. Tobias Harris is the king of the C tiers. He played solid for the Detroit Pistons. You know, having a just being that nice role player. Nothing you can argue for. Being a solid a rotating player. That's all sometimes a team needs, and that's what he did. This is Tamari. This is Tamari Cameron or something like that from the Portland Trailblazers. Not too familiar with his game, but as the Portland Trailblazers gets better, I have to watch him. I'll definitely watch him. And last person here, Zion, which is going to be a little bit crazy to say. I'm putting Zion at the A tier. I think he's ahead of Evan Mobley and Jimmy Butler, fully healthy, of course. This taking into account that everybody's fully healthy. We get a full season of them every healthy. That's my power forward list. That is my power forward list. So Giannis, LeBron, AD, Pablo, Bam, Zion, Evan Mobley, Jimmy Butler, and Kristaps and Jaren Jackson are your top 10 power forwards in the NBA. Scottie Barnes is outside looking in, but he's right there. He's right there. I swear he is. So he might be top. He probably in that top 10 arguably. That's my personal opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one.